But, oh.
Thank you for that. Meeting and getting posted until today on the website.
Mm-hmm.
So if that comes up.
Yeah.
I was having computer problems yesterday, but legally. it's supposed to.
Yeah.
Sir, may I ask your name?
Bruce Bob.
Thank you. I've seen you on TV, but not in
I-
person, I don't think.
Summer here, so I
Well, welcome.
You're here.
did my house. I retired on Monday.
Well, congratulations.
Good for you. You excited?
Yeah.
Good.
Who's that? Mary Weber?
Yeah.
Now I have to figure out
This is gonna be good. Wonder who Paul is.
You looking for me?
Who's
Paul?
me? Yeah, who's Paul? I'm sorry.
Paul Herzan.
ATRZ.
ZA,
ATRZ.
ZAN,
you.
214 West Shore.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you.
I think I'm gonna retire. You and me together. Want me to go get them?
I'm gonna call the meeting to order.
I think I hear them.
Lady, oh, was it late?
Call the meeting to order. Now we have a quorum.
And people can get paid, so we finish signing check. It's another thing.
Thank you.
Yep.
I would make a motion, we approve the minutes of the June 18th.
Second that.
Any other discussion?
No,
All in favor?
Aye.
Appointments and resignations, the resignation of Ryan Cangello and Rudy Montgelis from the Economic Development Committee. Wanted to thank both of them for their time. Like so many other things, million different things going on. We enjoyed working on the EDC, but
yeah,
it's just that reprioritized.
yeah, it's also, how many years have they been on it? It's
Thank them for their time and service.
Yeah.
Sure, for sure.
I have no report.
We got still somebody waiting.
Selectmen's reports, anything from the selectmen?
No, not really. Things are going great on the lake. Keepers seem to be keeping things running smooth and yeah, everybody's been
Any issues getting police to be out there, or is that working okay?
always an issue. Finding staffing and getting enough
Yeah.
hours for like the best you can. And,
Yeah,
this hopefully when we can get a part-time officer, that's gonna help that a little bit.
Yeah.
too.
sure,
So we're working on it, but
we're good now.
yeah, that's better for me, Jim.
Okay, Jay?
Yeah, I'm good for tonight.
Old business, discussion of a referendum versus a special town meeting for the proposed ordinance regulating wake boat operation on the lake. So there's quite a bit of moving parts to this. Ideally, I think we would have the special town meeting on the 17th. We've got other agenda items, then adjourn it like we did the last time to the referendum on the 31st.
Okay,
Our town clerk is not going to be here. I have to check and see if the assistant town clerk can be here.
On the 31st, not the 17th.
Right,
Correct.
30 on the 31st, and the town clerk is the only one authorized to do the absentee ballots, not count them, but check the box.
Right.
Things like
oh,
that.
even as far as you know, an assistant can't do that, that's interesting.
No, assistant can,
Oh.
you just have to make sure the assistant is available.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
Because
thought-
this just kind of solidified today,
Yeah.
so that's the way we like to do it.
I think that makes a lot of
No,
sense.
we still have the option of the vote could be on the 13th,
17th.
17.
17th, moving it to the 31st.
Right now, we're
Moving it to referendum on the 31st.
that's what we do at the town, at the
We would do that.
17th, we move it to.
Right,
Correct, we would adjourn it.
Adjourn, and instead of having a vote, we would adjourn and move it to referendum
Correct.
on the 31st. So I'm getting those are our two options. Continue and have the vote
Yeah.
on the 13th as was scheduled.
17th.
17th, I'm so sorry, I'll stop doing that. Right? And the reason I'm asking is because I wanna weigh all the options and let people weigh in on what those two options would be. And moving it to the 31st is and referendum is for what reasons? And I know one of those might be that Kent and Warren may do that same date.
Kent and Warren are doing the same date, but as we saw in Kent, they couldn't handle the capacity of the people in a short town meeting.
Yeah.
And we had a similar thing with the Board of Ed where we had 350
Yeah,
people.
right.
So this allows an 8-hour window for people to vote at a
You
referendum.
know, I've always been in favor, I love the town meeting, I love
Mhm.
that idea, I loved it when the Board of Ed did theirs, budget votes at that. I see the other side of it, and I do think on this issue that with giving people that window to
Mhm.
come in and vote makes more sense than trying to get people out at our usual meeting, and,
Right.
I think that makes sense. So we would adjourn that item, but the other things that we have on the agenda for that 17th, we'd go forward with.
Correct.
Correct, okay. I think that's the best way to go personally. It just would, gives people the options, and we determined specifically who gets to vote. I assume,
So we confirmed with the town attorney that whether it's a town meeting or a referendum,
yeah,
taxpayers with assessed value of $1,000 or more are eligible to vote, as well as electors of the town.
And for my money, and I'm back and forth on this, because I want this as open and fair and
Yeah.
democratic as process as possible. I just don't want, I really mean that, not just for the look of it, I just think that's the way it should be. This is an important issue to people.
Mhm.
I want them to be able to weigh in. Having said that, I kind of think we got by far and away the most people to vote at the town meeting.
yeah.
So for the Board of Ed
Mhm.
electors, it was 300 people. We haven't had that at a referendum for almost anything. So I would argue that it's equally democratic, or if not more so. Having said that, in fairness to the other two towns, I'm leaning towards the referendum as well, but reluctantly.
You have a good
to tell you the
point.
truth, reluctantly, but.
Okay.
You make a good point for sure. So I just want to go back to who's eligible. It's not people registered here to vote.
Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
it is. So people who are registered to vote in Washington and people who pay taxes of an assessed value of more.
Wait, so those people of $1,000 or more don't have to live in Washington. Is it and or?
They have to have property in Washington.
Oh, okay, so it's not, so if you're registered to vote in some other state, you can't vote on this issue, and even if you have property that's,
No, you can.
well, that's what I was saying, it's or then, not and. Cause it's, yep,
It's electors and property owners.
Right.
but you don't have, okay. But when I think of electors, maybe I'm just not getting the terms right, I think of people who can vote in a town, in a municipal election.
For registered voters.
Right,
Yep.
registered voters.
Yep.
So registered voters, no problem, I get that.
Yeah.
The other part is, you don't have to be a registered voter to own property in here of over $1,000.
Correct.
So you can vote as well.
Correct.
Okay, I just wanted to make myself understand.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the law, that's what we do.
3 people in the reading, sorry.
Oh,
So do we want to open that up for discussion before we vote?
Well, we're gonna vote down below on the
on the agenda.
agenda, set the town agenda.
Oh,
But you're right, I mean. we
I'm
have
sorry,
people-
yeah, I'm sorry.
I
So
don't
this
have a
is,
problem with some,
right, thank you.
give people wanna say something about it, 2 minutes.
So discussion of administration of the speed camera citations. A lot of moving parts with this. When this thing started almost 2 years ago, and I heard from some of the vendors that they had a place in Florida and a school zone generates 200 citations a day. I said, well, that's great. We're not a metropolitan area in Florida. This thing is run amok. I mean, now that the state's detouring cars,
I think that's really an issue.
and we've gotten everything from you know, Amazon, UPS, got a state DOT dump truck doing 53 and a 30. So we're working back and forth. Right now, our one officer is just inundated with, I think he came back from the weekend with 4,000 citations he got to pick through. So, right now, we're working through different options to get more help to address these issues, working with the DACA Tech, Traffic Logics, to try and get this thing under control. I've had hearings with people, I've spoken to people on the phone. By and large, most understand, and then there's others that insist, you know, I said, you really need to look at the legislation, it's all spelled out there, we've complied with all that.
Well,
It's a mixed bag.
yeah, because when you say, I assume that those type of people who are making those kind of comments are thinking that what we're doing is, doesn't meet the state law.
Correct.
But then you have other people, I assume, that think something that we shouldn't be doing it, I'm sure, and that the speeds are too slow or something.
Yeah, there's some that say, you know, okay, it's a state road, it's, you know, it's this, it's that. Again, we enacted this entire thing based on the fact that we had 6 years of nonstop calls about people speeding.
Right.
And, you know, I tell people, essentially, you just gotta tap the brakes. I mean, I find myself doing, I come back into town on 109
Yeah.
and it feels like you're really coming to a crawl, but that's the speed limit. So nothing is off the table. I think we'll look at everything over the next several months to see how we can improve this situation.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think 10 miles over the speed limit is unreasonable as far as I'm concerned, but, so. And of course, we've said here how many times, we hoped we didn't make any money on this, just
Yeah,
stop, slow down.
well, that's the goal.
That's the goal. I
Is
mean,
to
that's
get
the
people to
point.
slow down.
I don't know how hard that is, but.
And I would suggest that some of the things that the public, there are a lot of things, misinformation out there. One of the things is that we don't set the speed limits on the state roads.
Right.
That's set by the state. We don't have any input there. And they allowed these locations based on their studies. And so, you know,
Yeah,
Correct, they're not random.
where they are, we didn't set the speed limit where we are. This was allowed by the state. We're not doing anything, you know, and it's not a money grab in any way, shape or form. I keep on hearing that. No, it's designated use and it was to slow people down. So, that program needs tweaking and we'll get to that. But
and I imagine in states that have been doing this for years, it's not, you know, this is we're one of the trendsetters in Connecticut, so people are not used to this either, but we see more and more towns applying to do it, mainly because people speed too fast. You go through the center of town and you're going 40, it's just not right.
And the simple fact is you cannot hire enough of a police force to
Oh.
cover 93 miles of roads. You just don't have that resource available.
Yeah.
The other thing I explain to people is this is not like an infraction you might receive from a police officer.
Right.
Number one, if you're going 25 miles an hour over the speed limit, you're probably gonna go to court.
right.
Number two, it's gonna impact your license and your insurance. None of that happens with this. The legislation provides it's simply, it's akin to a parking infraction.
Right.
I think you still have people trying to get in, Jim.
New business. I make a motion to extend an invitation of bid for a 2025 three-quarter ton crew cab pickup.
I'll second it.
And
This was part of our budget this year.
yeah, this
Or
is
what we've been saving for.
this is part of the regular rotation of the fleet of
Yep.
the town vehicles.
Yep.
Um,
Are we looking to do, this is, I don't know if they, something with a hybrid or an electric, I know we.
no, they don't have that technology
That's why-
yet for these.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we've been successful, or Mark's been happy with the truck we got him, but I was just wondering.
So the motion is extend an invitation to bid for a 2025 three-quarter ton crew cab pickup 4x4 and a 2025 19,500 gross vehicle weight standard cab Mason dump 4x4. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
And like I said, this is just the normal rotation of our vehicles as they get older.
When are the bids due, Jim?
Bids are due
17.
17th of July.
All right. Great.
All in favor?
Aye.
To set the agenda for a special town meeting scheduled for July 17th, 2025. I'll read the agenda. Voters and electors of Washington are hereby warned that a special town meeting will be held on Thursday, July 17th, 2025 at 6 p.m. Bryan Memorial Town Hall, Washington Depot, Connecticut, to consider and act upon the following. One, to approve the town of Washington's capital improvement plan, to approve an appropriation of $330,000 for the Affordable Housing Fund for feasibility and pre-development costs and expenses associated with securing financing and development of 77 Wickham Road owned by the Washington Community Housing Trust. 3, to approve the discontinuance of Mount Tom Road from 20 Mount Tom Road to 67 Upper Mount Tom Road. 4, to approve the discontinuance of Upper Mount Tom Road from 67 Upper Mount Tom Road to 230 Romford Road. 5, to approve the discontinuance of Moody Bridge Road East from 1 Barnes Road to the Chippewa River. And 6, to approve an ordinance regulating wake boat operation on Lake Ormond. Is there a second?
Second.
So let me just go through these. The capital improvement plan is something we do every year, and the items in that plan with approval by the Board of Selectmen and a town meeting enables us to get grant money, capital improvement grant money from the state. So that's sort of a housekeeping thing to go through that
Without
and update
that,
every
we don't
year.
get the money from the
Right.
state. We budgeted for our plan. If there's not money involved, it's just allowing us to apply for a grant.
Well, it's an automatic, the LoCIP grant is an automatic
No, yeah,
grant, so.
but you have to submit this plan.
Correct.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, they need to see that as proof.
Right.
The $330,000 for the housing trust, we've talked about this for quite a while now. It's been through the Board of Finance. That's to develop that property.
That's great.
Yep.
So the discontinuance, from time to time, we discontinue roads that are no longer of any value to the town. They actually can become a liability. What ends up happening according to state statute is when you discontinue a road, what's left of it goes to the adjoining property owners equally. So if they've got 100 feet of frontage, they now pick up that section of the roadway. Again, Mount Tom Road, once you're past the booth at the state park, becomes sort of a grassy trail and then deteriorates from there to where it's not even visible down on Romford. Similar thing with Moody Bridge. So Moody Bridge Road is actually off of River Road. Right.
Right.
But prior to the flood of 55, it came off of School Street, went down to Moody Bridge
Came
and
across.
crossed over,
Right.
and that was washed away. So there's not even a road, it's not even a footpath anymore.
Right.
So we want to discontinue that. And obviously, we just discussed the ordinance regulating wake boat activity on Lake Warmog. Again, the goal will be to adjourn the meeting to the referendum on the 31st. But again, I'll confirm with the assistant town clerk today.
Just to be clear, none of those road discontinuances adversely affect any property owner.
No, we've been through with the property owners with Steep Rock up on Mount Tom because they've got all their trail systems up there. So we've made sure that everybody is sort of protected in this.
Right.
Um,
How many property owners are there? Just out of curiosity, can't be more than 2 or 3.
2, 3, maybe 4,
Or
Jack.
including. Steve.
including Steep Rock, which is
Okay.
the lion's share.
Yeah.
All in favor?
I
Okay,
don't have any news.
visitors, anybody, Bruce?
Just a couple of procedural questions. Are those voters who are interested in the wake boat issue, are they supposed to show up on the 17th? Or are you to vote on whether to send it to the 31st, or that's already been decided?
That's been decided. They can certainly be there because there'll be discussion
Well, that was my other
and
question.
Q&A, that kind of thing.
So there will be discussion of the issue on the 17th?
Correct,
But just not a vote.
correct.
Okay, then the vote's a referendum, it's on the 31st, and that's something, never done that it's open all day.
8, 12.
It'll be 12 to 8.
Okay. And my other question was, in terms of who votes, registered voters can vote, property owners, you have to be the name on the property.
It cannot be a trust, an LLC, anything like that. It has to be an individual's name.
And it's not the whole family.
Correct, it's just the property owner.
Okay. And there, one last question, there are absentee ballots?
There will be, yeah.
How does that work?
I'd let the clerk give you the full rundown on that, but you come in, you apply, you get a ballot, you mail it in. Yeah.
Thank you.
Jim, for clarification from me, discussion will be of the ordinance or of the whether or not we're moving the vote on the ordinance.
No,
Fine.
just the ordinance.
So there will be discussion that night of the ordinance.
Correct.
Okay, any limitations or anything to that? How do we?
Kent did 2 minutes.
Okay,
I think that's 2 or 3 is,
Yeah.
depend on the number of people, but still,
Okay.
yeah.
Anyone online? Rex, go ahead, just unmute.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah,
On the speed cameras,
yeah,
is it your position that, or your feeling that the cameras are accurate, that the radar is accurate?
yes.
And, but I know of a case where it was demonstrably not accurate.
That's incorrect. You're talking about the school bus?
Yes.
Yeah, that's incorrect.
You feel he was going 50
The
miles
machine-
an hour?
The engineers came out, checked the calibration on the machine, and it's just the way it was.
But he, luckily, the school buses have an independent GPS unit.
Right, which we have no idea, Rex, how accurate that is. We simply saw a piece of paper.
All right, so you're saying you don't believe the All-Star GPS unit and you're going with the radar?
What I'm saying is it was certified as calibrated, absolutely, Rex.
if I could offer
Wow.
a little bit on this, I have a little bit of knowledge in this area. GPS is not particularly accurate. It's time over distance. It's a snapshot. It's not a snapshot. It's an estimate over time. It's the best they can do from satellite. So the GPS is, you could be
What
going
did-
70 and then 30, and your GPS is gonna show you're going in the median of those two things.
Yeah, but the
they-
GPS is sampled every 10 seconds, I believe. It's a snapshot every 10 seconds.
It's a sampling every 10 seconds, but still, it's time over distance, so it's not just 10-second at that speed.
Well, he would have had to have been standing on the brakes with a school bus doesn't change speed that often.
It's not quite the way the technology works, so
Well, I'm having trouble with this because I know the driver, David Harkness, to be a super compulsive guy, and he is the most careful driver probably of that whole crew, and has been doing it for I don't know, over 10 years. And Jimmy, I thought that you had canceled his citation.
We did,
Why did you do that?
because we wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt until we could get someone out to certify the calibration of the machine.
Okay, I mean, it makes me feel like I better get one of those dashboard cameras that records what you're doing and how fast you're going, but it's kind of annoying to have to spend money and do that.
Simple solution, Rex, is people just slow down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's all we're looking for.
I never
We're
done
not-
anything.
That's simple. John, you had your hand up? One on
I
you?
was looking for more water. He's like, well, here, take
Yes. Good evening.
John, we're getting a lot of feedback, a lot of echo.
Who's it, Todd or John?
From you.
From yours, John.
Okay.
Do you have two different devices going?
Yeah.
That might be it.
Everyone off.
Do you have your? Mute your speaker. How's that?
That,
I think it's better. Janet muted her.
try it again, John. Go ahead.
Okay,
No, we're still getting it.
oh, it's your.
She doesn't have to mute herself. She has to kill her volume.
Okay,
That's good.
so I too, having spent my career as a delivery driver, I find it hard to believe that a school bus pulling out a Sure Road got up to 50 miles an hour by the time it hit that speed camera. But I've heard other people say, maybe they should have, and also when you see the camera sign, the, it's only like 500 feet away from the the actual camera.
There's two
Maybe
different
we-
signs.
Maybe
John.
that should be moved.
No, it's regulated by the state. They have to go within the dimensions the state says they have to go.
Wow,
The
okay,
town
so
has no discretion in that.
third point, people on Shearer Road are telling me they're going down Hinkle and down Sunny Ridge to avoid that whole thing. So it's diverting
That's their-
traffic
that's-
flow as well.
That's up to them, John. We don't, everybody has the freedom to go on the roads they choose.
Well, I would maintain that Hinkle and Sunny Ridge are more dangerous than traveling down 109, but 35 is too slow anyway.
Well, but it's not 35, it's 44.
Yeah,
So I don't think, personally, I drive that road plenty. I don't think 44 is too slow on that road, but that's.
I don't speed anywhere, but
Yep.
posted at 35 and that strip is too slow.
Thanks, John. Kirsten?
Thank you. I have a follow-on question on the hearing on the 17th. So when people can talk about the ordinance, are they talking about whether we should have an ordinance? Should the ordinance be different? Like what would the nature of the discussion that you will allow?
It could be all of that, Kirsten. It typically runs soup to nuts. People will argue for or against, people will ask questions.
Oh, so it's all open, whatever people want to say.
Yeah,
Yep.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
you're welcome. Anyone else? Hearing none, I would make the motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everyone. Have a happy 4th of July.